line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh.
Sometimes you just drive for something more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Phoenix Raceway here in Avondale, Arizona. Tonight, the Misfitz iRacing League is back in action for their showcase with a fight for Ukraine 75 here on the show. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader Christian Driver, joining you here tonight here on this very interesting and very challenging track to figure out on the circuit as we get ready for the action here to get ready for tonight's battle and showcase of the Super Late Model Series drivers from the Misfitz iRacing League. As without further ado, I bring to you now the showcase of the drivers as we start them up on the pole for heat number 1. Roy Scarvano will be in the 76 to his outside. Ryman Castle in the number 1. Row number 2, Zach M. Woods in the 61 is outside. Timmy Spatz in the 18. Row number 3 is Isaac Singleton. The 51 is outside. That will be Christian Visconti. In the row number 4, Race Bible will be in that 08 is outside. That's Noah Healy in the 81. Row number 5 is Jaden Russell in the 42 is outside. 05 Chantel, the throttle bottle. Ryan Dyer rounds out the field in the 83. First heat set to go here for the first battle here in the fight for Ukraine 75. They are looking to get themselves in a decent qualifying start. Tonight's race again presented in part by Ryan Dyer YouTube channel, so be sure to give him a subscribe here after this night in action. So if you haven't already, let's see what we got going down on the circuit here, ready to field these drivers on into position for our first opening showcase. This is, of course, Legacy Phoenix, and if I'm being real with you guys for a minute, I'd say the superior version of Phoenix Yeah, you heard me say that. I don't care. Come at me. I absolutely love this track, man. This is one of my absolute favorite tracks to watch racing on. This is one of my favorite tracks to actually just be out on the track and racing on. It's just an all-out kind of momentum-based, steeled racetrack. Only the best can win here, and only the best really can challenge this very tough flat end bank track. It's just an absolute tire burner, but as much as it is a hard racing circuit, and I love every minute of it. It is certainly going to be interesting to see what these drivers have to put up with these Super Late Model Series as they bring them down around off our corner number 4 this time on by, waiting for the green flag charge on up. The green flag charges out. We're flying it down. We're racing. Ryman Castle out of the gate here starts to get a little bit low in, looking for the bottom lane immediately. The 81 though, Noah Healy, seems like he's going to get trapped up topside for just a brief fleeting moment as he muscles his way through the field. Roaring past us down on the back straightaway here, entering into turn number 1 down, turn number 2. Ryman Castle trying to get a run on Roy Scrivano. Scrivano though holds the lead down as there's some contact down there. Oh! 08 Rice Bible sent straight to the shadow realm. Multiple drivers involved in this wreck here right up front. Ryan Dyer, the 83, getting a piece of it here in the number 1, I should say, as well as Jaden Russell in the 42. The 08 Race Bible sent out of here. Chantel Bottle just barely avoiding the carnage there. Oh, and already you can see Phoenix definitely playing a little bit differently than these drivers are used to. You can see that turn 4 flat end exit. That's going to really trip some drivers up if they try to full throttle it off too quickly. Timmy Spatz smells that issue. Look, I'm trying to get the 18 around that number 1 of Ryman now right at the moment here off turn number 2. Down to the dog leg section of the corners. Through the chute and now into turn number 3. And the 1 of Ryman Castle holds Spatz's run off here. Gets the momentum blocked. We are on board with Noah Healy. Something I want to show you guys too here, just to give you guys a rough idea of what these drivers are really going up against and what they're really challenging. Take a look at this onboard camera here. Look at the right foot there of Noah Healy. Look at him so you see that yellow line just completely break up. Watch that right foot as he lifts off the gas. You see that foot movement, foot travel, that's extremely conservative moving. He's really keeping a close eye on that run, trying to keep a close eye on how he has to throttle off on these corners. He doesn't want to overshoot it because if he over-unders it, it will give him a lot of trouble and a lot of problems down the road. And he's very well aware of that as he keeps a close eye on this position here. The number 1 of Ryman Castle right now trying to get back in ahead of Timmy Spatz. Spatz managing to knock him down a few pegs, take him down a few notches. 4 laps to go here in heat number 1. These drivers still on the ragged edge, on the heated combustion, the speed and momentum they carry through. The 80 now of Christian Visconti trying to make a move off as he gets a little bit back down from the 61 of Zach M. Woods. Zach not giving him any breathers there, not giving him any chances to make the pass. He knows he'll have to straight shoot it if he wants to make the move. The 61 now getting a good distance ahead here as we start to see a little bit of travel from Noah Healy in the 81 to that 80 of Visconti. Visconti though closes the gap again, blocks him off. And with only 2 laps to go now, Noah knows it's desperation time, but he can't get too close. He'll bump him out of the way. That's not something you want to do on this mile-long track. These corners so treacherous, so tight. They really test you as a driver as much as they test you as a racer. 2 laps to go, turns to 1 lap to go. White flag high in the air here for the number 76, Roy Scrivano. And a little bit of a battle back here between Jesse Singleton and the 05 of Chantel Bottle. 51 versus 05 here as the Rowdy Energy goes against the RBR machine. You saw it kind of peeking down there a little bit. We'll see if Chantel can get some runs here in the A main. She had a great showcase last week. We'll see if she can get it this week. But off of corner number 3 and number 4, bring the checkers out for the 76. Roy Scrivano takes heat number 1. Second goes to Timmy Spatz, third to Ryman Castle, 4th to Christian Visconti, and 5th to Noah Healy. Heat number 1 is in the books. Solid performance. A pretty solid all-around crowd here today. Here, this was quite the run here and out of the gate for these drivers. I know they are going to be thinking very highly about this one. This thing's kind of transfer on. 0-8 race by will finally get in across the finish line. Heat number 1 in the books. Now let's take a look at our results. Roy Scravano with the victory. Timmy Spatz goes second, third, arriving Castle, fourth, Christian Vinscati, and fifth, Noah Healy. That finishes out your top 5 in this one. Heat number 2, staging area now. Jimmy Gawker in the number 2 will pile it up on the start. Quentin Haley is going to be in the number 13 on his outside. Row number 2 is Josh Patterson in the number 02. And his outside, that will be Joe Lux in the 04. Row number 3, Ryan Martin will be in the number 9. His outside, Blake Kennedy, as he pilots up in the 75. Row number 4, well, that'll be Frank Hughes as he pilots in with the number 22 to his outside will be Brayson Collins in the 5. Your final starters here, row 5, Ethan Harrison pilots the 77, Patrick Jenkins the 78, and Frank Griffith the 54. Heat number 2 is in staging area now. Drivers preparing to go to battle. And somebody go get me that cleanup job down there. I want that overlay fixed, thank you. My Tower of Doom is not supposed to look like that. Technical difficulties screened aside here. Here is finally our little rehash. There we go. That's much better. Good job, producers. Firing them on around down out of corner number 4 this time on by. Looking for the green flag to charge up. Looking to bring these things to life. The Super Late Model Series car charging right out of the gate. Running them down the throat, down to the dog leg, down turn number 3. We've got a battle in the back here. Top 5 just duking it out with one another. No driver left behind in this one. Ryan Martin, the number 9, trying to hold it down. While you see it slip inside there from Joe Patterson, that 0-2. Nice save there as he brings that thing back to life from the slippy slopes of Phoenix. Held his line down. Unfortunately, Blake Kennedy not so fortunate. The 54 puts the Mr. Gasket machine straight into the wall protection. Lost too much control into the corners. The onboard camera here at Quentin Haley as we watch him go to work on that foot and that pedal down there. Now I know you can't quite tell from your angle too much maybe, but you can still see that movement of travel in that foot and that leg. That's one of the best telling tales to see how hard he is working the throttle and working this car as much as he can. And especially when he sees an opening like this pop up on his screen. Dog leg shoot to the corner and open the door up from Jimmy Gawker. He goes to the outside. Outside run coming from the number 13. Looking to try to muscle his way around on the outside. Big run shoot down the back on the front straightaway. Can't get the pass though. My, look at this. A huge battle going on for the race lead until this happens. Oh my. Quentin Haley spins it right into turn number 2 and goes it straight to the Shadow Realm. He tried to, I'm not sure if he tried a wall rider or the car decided it just did not want to get anywhere closer to the wall and he forced it there. But the car is damaged and he'll have to send it down into pit road, get cleaned up for the A main. What a tough break there for Quentin Haley. Unfortunately, the number 13, he was charging it so well and then everything just kind of went out of control for him. Huge battle going on between the 5 of Brayson Collins and this 04 of Joe Lux. Joe trying to get through the runs and through the momentum shoots here. He's trying to keep Brayson Collins behind him down off the low end. There are a couple of ways to really work your car around here. The first way is to block the bottom and block the run going up top. The second way is basically drive it as hard as you can in the middle to the lower end and force drivers to have to push your way out of the way or have to get around them. There's a lot of unique ways to fight it off here. Fuel and tire mileage definitely varies here and definitely can make the difference here. The onboard camera here, Frank Hughes right now, as you see him working every ounce of that wheel around the track here, trying to see if he can get some grip over the 9 of Ryan Martin. Martin right now literally in a full-on tail whip and a head-on by. trying to work their way on by. White flag is out, by the way, and Jimmy Gawker here is your race leader as he nearly sends it into the shadow realm like Quinn Haley did earlier on. They'll bring it off turns number 3 down in turn number 4 here as he looks for the charge, looks for the runoff here. Josh Patterson threw everything he could to the wire and into the end, but as the checkered flags fly, it's going to be Jimmy Gawker taking this one home. Josh Patterson, Joe Lux, Bryson Collins, and Ryan Martin respectfully finishing in their own positions. A solid performance here by the leaders. And the heats now have concluded. What a wild, wild showcase there. We are going to warm-up session now as we are being prepared for the fight for Ukraine 75 here. But let's take a look at Heat 2 results now popping up on your screen. What a race here, folks, from these guys out of the gate. 2 heats, pretty solid performances. Jimmy Gawker's first, second goes to Patterson, third to Lux, fourth to Collins, fifth to Ryan Martin. That rounds out your top 5 here as the drivers get prepared for racing in the warm-ups. Tonight's race, ladies and gentlemen, also presented in part by Ryan Dyer YouTube channel. When you guys need to have a good time and a good showcase, might as well go check it out. Ryan Dyer, always trying to put on a show on his YouTube channel. Leave a subscribe and tell him PTM Race TV sent you. Thank you again to Ryan Dyer for supporting and sponsoring this week's coverage on PTM Racing TV. Also, folks, down in the link down below in the description, there is a little donation center. You can go and send some funds and some travel to help out for those down in Ukraine, of course, here. For those that are wondering, Ukraine right now in a very dark time, if you will. It's kind of a dark place from everything going on. It's a very sad tale and a very tragic tale for those involved, and really a very unfortunate and unfair to every single one of them that have been a part of the world, part of their innocent lives. So we at PTM Race TV want to show a little love to them and want to make sure we get the word out to them. They are not alone in this fight. We are all here for them. We are all trying to show them some support, show them some love, and we hope you can do much the same here. Continue to fight down there, Ukraine. NEA main here, we will have Patrick Jenks leading our drivers in the charge up around the track here. They will go onto the they will go 3 wide, saluting down on the track for a couple laps here. They will showcase all their drivers and all their talents at the same time to give them some time to kind of let this one soak in, because this fight for Ukraine 75 is more than just a race to them. It is a very big position to be in. It's a very tall order to really go out there and do for these people and for these individuals that have been very much affected in their lives. When we do the salute, we will be going silent on our end. Field right now, just putting on some practice laps here. They're just getting some laps around the track here, trying to see what the cars can do and what these things can muscle up to be. You can kind of play along here, look at the time zones on each of these drivers and where they play out in position. Right now, the faster of the times here, 28.19. Royce Gravano still completely muscling this field and showcasing his best overall performances. Josh Patterson, though, you saw him earlier on. He was really fighting the car. You can see he was drifting a little bit too, which that is something you can do very much so here at Phoenix. That's one thing I do like about this track, is you can drift these things probably the best out of all the tracks out here. I guess a little too well. Apparently Patterson wants to drift the entire place. I wonder how long until we get literally a drifting race around here. A drifter's race. Anybody know what a drifter's race is? It's when 2 guys go side by side and just drift around the entire track. There is also something I want to note. You can see actually going around the circuit here is Ethan Harrison. He's actually driving the infield road course here on the Legacy version of Phoenix. It's not in the actual Phoenix track now, but I'll tell you something right now. There was one race I remember distinctly. It was in the officials. It was literally the street stocks running that Phoenix road course. I don't know what it was or what it is, but that was like the most fun road course racing I've ever had, and the most challenging yet interesting time for street stock racing. I legitimately thought that was a ball, and it was so much fun to do. I really would love someone to get it on our show and broadcast it, because that track itself is absolutely insane. It is so crazy. The chutes and ladders you gotta basically get that car to dive down into and work with just to get around this track. It is crazy. And to be honest with you, I kind of want to run it sometime too again. I kind of miss it. Well, Patterson sure doesn't want to stop drifting around the track, does he? I guess he just wants to have a little fun, show something to the crowd. I guess maybe trying to showcase a little bit of his talents and his skills, if you will, also. To those out there right now, we are preparing for our final presentation here. Warm-ups are now full on completing. And the time has come. Down here in Avondale, Arizona, for our showcase of the night. It is time for the Fight for Ukraine 75. This is what we've got in store. On the pole, Royce Gravano, the 76 is outside the 2, Jimmy Gawker. Row number 2, Timmy Spatz, the 18 is outside 02, Josh Patterson. Row number 3, it's Ryman Castle, and the number 1 is outside 04, that's Joe Lux. Row 4, Christian Vinscati, as he pilots it up in the 80. Row number outside of him is Brayson Collins in the 5. Row 5 is Noah Healy in the 81s, outside the 9, Ryan Martin. Row number 6 is Zach M. Woods, and 61 is outside 22, Frank Hughes. Row 7, that is Jesse Singleton, and the 51 is outside the 75, that's Blake Kennedy. Row number 8 is going to be Chantel Pottle in the 05, to her outside, Ethan Harrison in the 77. Row number 9, it's Race Bible in the 08, it's outside Quinn Haley in the number 13. Row number 10 is Jaden Russell in the 42, it is outside Patrick Jenks, the 78. Final starters, Ryan Dyer, the 83, and Frank Griffith, the number 54. So now, race fans, all drivers will be getting squared away here, as we're going to bring Patrick Jenks to the line and lead the charge for tonight's salute. This isn't just a race to them, this is a way of life, this is their world, this is what we've created. We never want to see any harm or any issues in this world. We do not dare to stand in a fear and to stand and be afraid. Ukraine is showing that and then some, and from the support of all the iRacing community, as well as us here in the States and here around across the world. Race fans, this is for the love and support, to showcase to help. For sickness and love, Ukraine, we are thinking about you every single day. We are hoping we can get you through these dark times and get back to a more peaceful light in due time. We will now be going silent tonight for the salute. And so, with this, we hope that all those involved and affected at this time can maybe have a little bit of peace and have a little piece of harmony, and be able to go back and watch this and know we are all thinking about them, we are all here with them. If you have loved ones out there, you have family members out there, these are dark times we have lived in, and these are dark times we can go through. Be sure to share this around and give some love to your friends and family, to know that no matter what, everyone is in this together. Not just the iRacing community, not just the motorsports community, but the world is always here. Race fans, time has come. A main event now on the showcase here on PT Racing TV. The drivers are ready. 75 laps to the distance. The fight for Ukraine 75 begins right here and now on PT Racing TV. Pace truck off at turn number 4. Lead the charge, lead the field. Green flag drops right now. In the early going here, Joe Luck's already trying to drive it in deep on the outside, but he's got some company in the form of Bryson Collins of the 5 already managing to muscle him through. Into the wall, protection down from the dogleg into turn number 3 to 04 goes. Gets it squared away though as the rest of the field tries to mount the charge around. Every one of these drivers here right now looking for some opportunities, looking for some shots here, but there's trouble down for the 77, Ethan Harrison. Squirrely off turn number 4, loses it in the turn. Josh Patterson looking to get there to Royce Gravano. Royce earlier on had a lot going on down there with Spats kind of catching up to him, but Gawker was the one that Josh Patterson was aiming towards. This time around it's Patterson that's aiming towards Gravano. He's not giving him an inch. He won't give anything. He does. He whiffed number 76. This is the kind of racing that Phoenix is known for. It's getting to that single file draft, but entering into those big shooting turns, those corner off ends. Things get a little crazier, things get a little harder to master around these parts. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Owen Collier coming on board saying, get her done, P1 Performance. Owen, great to have you on board, sir. Noah Healy right now on the outside, looking to try to make a move on the 51 of Singleton as he gets a little squirrely off turn 4. When you get a little squirrely off turn 4, you do burn the tires up a little bit. You got to kind of really watch your angles from there. You don't want to burn the tires up too much. You don't want to lose the momentum too quickly. These things will get too out of hand, too much in trouble. And it's been known and been factorized before that one wrong step here at Phoenix ends your race. I've had my seasons ended here on this track. I've had my championship seasons begin on this track. It's literally one of the toughest and most cruel racetracks to really get a win on, but when you get the win on it, it either makes or breaks your season. For me, it made my season a lot better at times, but it is still a very handful kind of track. Frank Hughes in his white too right now, looking for a little runoff on Noah Healy at the moment here as he tries to pilot this thing down on the spot. You can see that left foot actually a little bit kind of clutching into that brake zone as he gets the gas back on. You can see, look at that see that leg movement there, just pushing straight forward into the ground. He's full throttle sending it into the turns and in the exits here, knowing he's got to start making some charges, start making some moves here if he wants to get right up to these guys. Opportunities only come when you can get the openings, and when you get those openings, if you don't take them, you're pretty much losing out on all those that you oppose. And these drivers know that too well. Trying to fight off here a little bit. A little trouble down there though for the 0A. Race Bible spins it off turn number 2. They will throw the caution now for him. Spun right in front of the drivers here, and that's a no zone. That's a no-go zone. To the PTM instant replay we go, and it's time to take a look at this one here. Presented by Ryan Dyer YouTube channel. Here is your PTM Racing TV instant replay. And hey, looks like that wasn't just him spinning. It looked like he had some help. 13 Noah Healy gives him the old bump and run, a little left tap there. I don't think Quinn meant to do that. That's definitely a little bit of a charge though. Take a look at this again. The Camaro tapped, smacked. Quentin knows he's already kind of gone, so he's just like, well, see ya. Wasn't much that Dark Horse 13 could do from that angle and that vantage point, and he knew it. Dyer is already heading into pit road. They are going to look to get some fuel and some tires. Unlimited tire sets on these things, so that will help them out definitely. Whoop, hold on a minute. Sorry about that. I didn't realize our overlay was still not up here, guys. Sorry about that. So Roy Scrivano right now, still your race leader here. Josh Patterson coming up close in the second slot. And I'll tell you this right now too, guys. I mean, literally last night we had a major update here from the iRacing servers and the iRacing end. There have been a lot of changes been done and changed up on our end here. So if we do kind of mispronounce something or we kind of have a little bit of a mess up on our screen here, just be aware. We are working towards like getting everything kind of fixed up and cleaned up because there was a lot of changes we still don't even know like what all got changed up around here. I can guarantee you one thing though, it still will be a show nevertheless, and it'll still be an absolute quantity of control and speed throughout these events and throughout these showcases. Stephanie Parks saying number 51 is the best here. Well, a little love down there for Singleton. Rowdy Energies, Toyota Camry 51 looking to maybe make some enlightenment, make some charges up with that in this case here, but he's got a long road ahead of him still. Drivers exiting out on pit road right now, getting from the fresh tires, fresh fuel, and getting themselves squared away. They have no instant repairs at their usage, so if they mess up, that's on their fault. So far, it was just that little tap there from the 08 on Racing Bible from the 13 of Quentin Haley. And Quentin is going to be in the 15 slot right now at this moment. So he's got a little bit of a charge to gain and a little bit of a power-based move to build off from. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out here as we bring the drivers to the one-to-go stance here. One to go this time on by here. Pace lights are off on the pace truck here. Roy Scrivano, your race leader. Really one of the only guys that's been completely just tearing up out on the track and on the surface. Josh Patterson, been always there. He's got a win or two here as well. Out on the tracks, quite a few positions here. Timmy Spatz, Brayson Collins still looking for their first one of the season. Noah Healy really only came on just last week, and he has been a terror of the night. Already really showcasing his youth and his skill. We'll see if he can continue to do that. But off of corners number 3 and number 4. We mount the charge, we mount the field. The drivers are prepared to go back to battle here. It's time to see who can get the runs and who can take the showcase of the Immortals. Down here on the front straightaway, drivers are back on it. Green flag is out. Double filed up, huge charge coming around the circuits here. Everyone looking for opposition, looking for openings here. A little slowdown though coming from the field. Looks like the 81 Noah Healy got a little too close for comfort into that wall protection, and that bottom lane giving up right away as he just dives it right out top side, crosses it in. Look at him cross thread the field. Whoa! Little bump and running though. The 77 gets a piece there from the 9 of Ryan Martin. Ethan Harrison though doing a great job holding the car back from that stance. These things can get bumped around and smacked down a little bit. I tested that pretty well with the Los Angeles Coliseum. But the racing that comes with it is extremely crazy. It can be extremely powerful when done right. It's just a hard charging, hard racing zone. That's the best way to explain it. Yeah, he's definitely not making any friends up there, that's for sure. Ryman Castle pumping and banging him a little bit, just trying to get him to start moving. And Ryman can't get enough of it, though. He can't get him loose going into those exits. He's trying to get him a little bit loose so he can start charging him, but hitting that throttle as hard as Noah Healy does, if he hits it too wrong, He'll end up spinning him around like I saw the 0-way, and then have to deal with that probably that EOL that we saw maybe Healy get put into. Zach M. Woods right now in the back of the pack here, trying to hold the line down as he's got some company here. Lightning Raps 05, RBR Scheme, Chantel, Throttle Bottle, one of only 2 Canadians out on the track today. Both drivers come from the hail of the Rock in Newfoundland. And Noah Healy also, the other Canadian, is representing well for his crew and his team here. As problems go down there for the 77, Ethan Harrison. Harrison raw rides it around the track. I don't know if he's thinking he's Herbie fully loaded or maybe he's just fully loaded, but that 77 went into the wall protection on turn 3 and will pretty much kind of kill off any kind of run he had down there. What a tough break right there for him and his crew. Race Bible, despite that little spin, that little hiccup, well, he's not exactly wasting time, sir. Firing them on down right now. Frank Hughes, the 22, trying to get something going. Ethan Harrison wrecked the car up too much. He's entered in pit road. He's done for the night, it appears. Might be tired of just damaging up his car too much. Doesn't want anything more tore up on that thing. I don't quite blame him. Ryan Martin right now trying to get up there with Noah Healy as the field kind of gains some momentum, kind of gains some charge on the track. Some hard racing throughout and some big battles kind of pushing through. And I think right about now it's a better time than anything that we start to turn off the mics, turn up the volume and crank it up a little bit. Let's kick it down and turn off the highways. Get to cranking it up around here on Pizza Racing TV. Well, the volumes maybe cranked up quite a bit and the speeds maybe all over the place, but that's what we like to see. That's the way we like it around here. Joyce Scrivano here getting a huge lead, a huge gain over Josh Patterson and the crew. With the average some of these guys got in the 4,000s category, I'm not surprised how tough they are to be as much as they are to race here. They've been pretty much just battling their lines off and firing on all cylinders here throughout this day. As the Keystone Corner comes on board saying, hey guys, league owner here, just want to say thank you everyone for showing up. Thank you for coming on board and having us on by here at Keystone. Coming down off the turn number 2 here, battling back and forth here, side by side battle here. We're going straight, we're going to go straight in for the 3 wide salute. And the 9, the 54, and the 2, all at it here with one another. Blake Kennedy pilots up in the 54 here. He's right now trying to deal with the added pressure from Ryan Martin, that 9. The 80 of Christian Visconti, better be careful down there. The glitch graphic gremlin's getting a little bit dicey even for my takes. Jimmy Gawker notices it very well and backed off from it. You hear those rumble strips being put to good use down there. That's one thing I absolutely love about iRacing is just the amount of texture to detail and the amount of sound texture they get. You know, something we haven't really even been able to talk about here is how to really actually run this track. I mean, I've talked about drivers hitting the bottom lane, and that's where they're supposed to go, and also kind of the middle section you get a run off there, but how is they actually you really drive Legacy Phoenix compared to the normal Phoenix these days? Well, Legacy Phoenix, there's only really one way around, and that's keep it close and corner off as hard as you can, but also watch your temperatures, watch your speeds. Don't overcorrect, don't overdo. More often than not, drivers get a little too crazy here. You can see just how they enter in those turns, how they enter off the exits as well. The exit's extremely crucial. You can see that throttle rhythm smooth, silky. You don't want to over throttle, don't want to overcorrect. You gotta stay more in touch and more in line, otherwise tires take a burn off and they really get harder to handle down there. That's why they're watching so much here. Yellow flag out right now. Here's Zach M. Woods here and Ryan Martin getting collided in a little bit. We got problems down here, unfortunately. We'll have to see what transpired here exactly here as Zach and Blake Kennedy kind of slowing up the pace, kind of slowing down the field here. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, huge pile up in there. Everyone just trying to get out of that mess. That was a wild little circumstance there, to say the least. And it looked like, entering into that turn, it looked like there were drivers kind of getting crunched up a little bit. Let's take a look right here. There's the 54. That's where it all started at. And you can see everyone else kind of pushed on in. They had really nowhere to go. We'll go to the onboard camera here at Chantel Pottle's ride just to show you guys like what she saw when everything transpired there. Once it spun, then it was just like back off, and you realize you're already driving them in. Ryan McCaskill got sent around. Right, the 54 just stays in reverse. What the heck? Well, I guess you wanted to make a showcase for yourself. Why not? That is something, I will say that right now. Full credit where credit's due there to Blake Kennedy, but I don't know if that was the smartest move to do. He just put it in reverse and said, I'm going to get something out of this. I think he was trying to stay on ahead of the guys. Well, it worked out quite nicely, but I don't think that was exactly a right move. MRL saying PTN rocks. Thank you so much for MRL. Stephen Wall saying let's go Shan. There's some love down there for Chantel Bottle. Stephanie Parks saying only here for my fiance Jesse. Stephanie, well right now your boy is currently in the 13th slot after going into pit road. Got a little cleanup job there and a little fix up in the tires and fuel, so they'll try to get his rally energy drink back on the fight here. He's still saying just a racing incident there. Yeah, it happens. Again, I talked about it earlier, these tires, once they give out and they start burning up a bit, it gets extremely difficult to hold a line in, much less try to build momentum from there. And that's exactly what we saw there, unfortunately, piled up. As time goes on, time progresses through, you're going to see a lot more of that. You're going to see a lot of drivers trying to sway the boat straight the line in. So just a little clarification as well here. I found out there actually are no tire sets down on the track side of things, so no instant repairs or tire sets, which means 75 laps the distance. You better not tear your equipment up, is what they're saying. Well, right now they haven't tore up too much. They've been pretty clean about it. So here comes green flag back on out. Thank you for the clarification there, Keystone. As we work them off, around the corners, around the edges here. Just this ain't no two-trailer park girls going around the outside. This is really multiple drivers firing on all cylinders, showcasing talent and precision with super late models at stake. And Timmy Spats right now kind of shuffled behind in the field, trying to get back on the fight in the fray with Race Bible and Brayson Collins in the 5. So the only thing these drivers are doing right now is going in for fuel and for damage cleanup. Oh, and probably double and stuff like that right off of corner number 2. Yellow out for Zach M. Woods. Looked like a 3 wide scenario popping up there and ended up getting pushed on around. And looks like he's going to slow up quite a bit here, or he's trying to get the car to tighten up. I'm not sure if he's just trying to go in the infield, open his own lawn care service up, or if he's actually trying to cool his tires down by going in the grass. I'm not really sure on that one. That one was a bit of a wild little mess there, but here's what happened exactly. There's the 42 here, and then Royce Gravano actually right beside each other. And here's the dilemma. The 42 just barely clipses him, and the 5 Bryce and Collins take some damage coming off the end there. Couldn't quite get out of that mess in time there. Took a little bit of a beat down, unfortunately, as Jaden Russell there in the 42 just kind of caught him going into that exit there and on that run. One more look at it from the dark horse number 5 here. JDC just drifts up slightly as the 61 was slowing down to the low end, and yeah, damage just kind of fendered in there a little bit. I'm getting word right down now on the track as well here from the drivers. They just told me tires are going to be iffy for 75 laps. They're literally saying to their crew chiefs and their spotters, guys, I'm not sure how long we're going to be able to make these things work out and work well. This is a testament. This is a controlled state now. They're going to have to figure things out here a little bit for racing as hard as they are. This was a very big scenario here to have to work around. Field slowed up just a little bit here. They'll go back to a green. They'll go back on the green flag this next go around here. Past halfway now with the field in the race here as we get ready for the next set. So either way, this race is going to get put in the books one way or another, depending on how bad those tires took. I can tell you right now, though, I mean, it's not impossible to run 75 laps on this track with these tires and these cars. I've done it before. It's just I came very, very close to end up crashing my car out multiple times. I still remember literally first time I ever got a race win was because I saved all my tires for about 56 or 55 laps, whatever it was with the truck series. It's still on the show, actually. You can really hear me just completely shocked I even got that win in after flattening my tire literally off turn number 4 and getting pushed out of the way into victory lane. That was a wild season, a wild, real situation, circumstance to be put into. Right now, field getting ready to go back down to work, get down to business here. As we'll see, the number 1 of Ryman Castle and Quentin Haley be your 2 front gunners here. Those that took fuel early are now starting to really take shape, take aim. Those that took it later have got some work to do. Off the green flag restart though, we're back underway. Coming right off the end of the spectrum here, drivers now on a hot charge, on a hard fight. Through the frays and through the momentums here, everyone looking for some opportunities to strike and looking for some areas to get cleaned into. Not a lot of breathing room though when you go too far up. You can see there's a rubber end there that kind of gives these drivers a chance to actually get the momentum boosted in and really speed up. Again, without some air in those tires heated up, it's kind of hard to grip on this very hot surface. It's pretty much like a slippery ice skating ring down here. And you can see why that is here. Fenders and trumpers being straight into the cars yet again. Patterson and Lux at it here with one another. Oh, this is good old short track racing again. Patterson yet again getting tagged around there by the 04. But this time now it's Roy Scravano and now the 8 Christian Visconti now moving into the field. Every driver for themselves here, no one giving an inch. Timing, everything, crucial moments being counted here. We've got 35 laps remaining here now on the show here. The field working everything they've got to its limits. Wyman Castle, your race leader with Gawker behind in second. From 8 lap heats to now this big long 75 lap ordeal. Well, there was certainly nothing left on the plate, on the field. You know, really looking at the set here, really any driver that's kind of stayed back behind the field, kind of saved tires up. They're really using their strategies and using their smarts to their advantage here. So I question how much they're going to be able to make last for the long term here. Quentin Haley dealing with that 04 behind him. Joe Lux still looking for an opportunity to strike out of here. The guys and gals in the back here kind of waiting patiently, really looking more towards, I think, maybe the final 15-10 laps, if you will, before start making some huge charges. But how much by then have the tires taken effect here, it's hard to say, but considering how hard these tires are working these things, they are burning up fuel, they are burning these tires on and around the track, they are having all sorts of problems here. On board here with Timmy Spats right now in the 18 as he's trying to make a move, trying to fight in every area, but we've got problems down turn number 3. Huge wreck ensuing. Drivers collided in. 05 Chantal Botto couldn't get it to a dead stop there. Takes some damage for her troubles as the 04 and the 13 get kind of clipped on around. And I guess they say that in racing everything evens itself out in due time. Quentin Haley, I don't think is too happy right now, though, I will say that. Well, let's take a look at the pizza Mr. Replay, see what happened here exactly. Looked like going into turn number 3. Hard racing to be had. Lux, oh, he drove that thing in deep. Oh! Roy Scravano, I don't know how the heck he did not suffer any more damage than he did, but the Dark Horse 13 took a huge smack dab into the turn. He got clipped really hard there, exiting off and had nowhere to go, unfortunately. And 04 again looked like everything just completely flipped on around. You can see worlds colliding there, and of course the 05 Chantal Power kind of clipping the 04 around right closer to Haley there. Maybe pushing them a little bit just to try to make them make up here instead of getting mad at each other, which I don't think works very well here with super late models, just saying. Race fans, thank you again so much for tuning on in as well to our showcase and our racing action here tonight. I will say this: if you guys love what you see and you like what you hear, or want to see more, or want to see more, and want to get more action out on the track and more times to be seen, I do ask if you please just leave a subscribe and a like here on the show and on the page, as well as Facebook. It would really appreciate us here. We'd really appreciate it here, I should say, and we would appreciate everything you guys have done for us on the showcase. Without you guys, well, the show wouldn't even be anything but more than a glorified just race and coverage show, and honestly, we don't like that. We want to give you the best and the brightest here. Keystone saying 04 did get pretty aggressive. Yeah. I won't call here. I'm not too informed on this league. Would I be able to join still? My car's paint scheme is done and I want to rip it up. Owen, talk to the Keystone corner, my brother. Stop and go penalty show saying he just got wrecked. That's all. Well, good to know the community still has no harm or foul in the comments section. I love it. Everyone's got their voice on that one. Yeah. I will say, Quentin Haley, man, it kind of evened itself out, because remember earlier on, Quentin actually got that 08 race Bible, so I guess you could say he kind of got the receipt from another end of the track, but he is still in this hunt. Don't count him out. He'll fight it for everything he's got. I kind of call him the Kyle Busch of this series. Like, he can drive, he can really push the momentum, but he is a very aggressive cat when he needs to be. I think a lot of these guys can be very aggressive, very on the shot when they have to be. But hey, that's all racing, brothers and sisters. If we didn't have that, then why the heck are we even doing this? Laps pulling away here. Time starting to clip in. We are going here to continue on with the fight for Ukraine 75 here at Phoenix Raceway. This is the legacy version, by the way, if it wasn't kind of obvious enough. And again, my personal favorite of the Phoenix tracks here as we get back to the green flag action. We're back underway. Josh Patterson gonna put the other two into works in the zone. Gawker and Patterson battle for second. The 2 and the 02 for second place, while the 1 of Raymond Castle tries to run away from both drivers. He's not getting away from Patterson though. Patterson got him on the inside, clipped his corner. He got a run on the inside, got that corner off, and here comes the speed. Look at them just drive that thing, drifts it right off of turn number 4. 2 and 4 was his best turns, and he hit a beautiful mark there, but how much of the tires did he burn off fighting Castle here? Castle's trying to get a run on him, trying to hold him back. There's a battle going on down in the war zone here at Phoenix. Many drivers looking for opportunities to strike, many to fire it down, bumped and bang it down for the race lead. Ryman Castle firing hard, no! Costin's out here, we got problems. Blake Kennedy in the 54. Oh, it's just when the action was starting to get really good. It's one of those things, man, you just can't escape it sometimes. To the Pete Simmons replay we go. What happened here? Well, leading it in at turn number 3. Oh. And Zach and Woods. Oh. Takes a lick and a half. Quentin Haley gets into it again with Noah Healy there. Noah definitely had a little bit of a shot in his arm there when he was going in that turn, but what the heck was Zach and Woods up to in that 61? Here's our look at it. Watch this, coming down on that turn 3 section. Look at the 61. He gets a huge boost of speed, but unfortunately, I think he did not quite realize the 5 was coming down on there. He didn't like that too much, and Collins gets sent to the shallow realm. One more look at it from this angle here. We'll take a look at the 5 here of Collins as he just kind of, again, he's trying to turn it down inside to block the line. But again, here at Phoenix, you better be careful about doing that because someone's got to run. You get out of their way. Here is the angle again in the turn. Watch him just kind of send the car straight in. And you can see he had the run. He had the opening. But Collins tried to block. Wasn't enough time. And Zach M. Woods has to suffer the EOL for this one. Well, Josh Patterson, really with maybe the move of the night, takes the race lead away here from Ryman Castle from corner number 4. And then everything else just went completely haywire. For a brief fleeting moment, Ryman was going back down low at Patterson. But unfortunately, Gawker stuck his nose in. Then it was Scrivano that got his nose in there. And everybody was just trying to find a way around it. There was no holding back in this field or on that track, and man, they were giving it everything they had. Now with the field ready to prepare to go to war yet again, they will bring the drivers down on the front straightaway here in the fight for Ukraine 75. Just like the Ukrainians and everyone around in that city and in that country right now, in that world of Kiev and every which way to Sunday, they are fighting for everything they've got. They are fighting for all that they believe in and that they treasure deep to their heart and soul. And that's exactly what these iRacers are trying to show to them as well. It's not just in the real world or the virtual world, it's everywhere. Every single person, everyone is fighting for something, and we're here to show for more than anything what can be done and what will be brought to the table. Here we go now, down on turn number 3, down on turn number 4, Ryman Castle, Josh Patterson about to engage in a frenzy in a fight. 22 laps remain. How much is even left of these tires? And do these drivers have anything left they can use? I don't even know. So let's just send it on down and let them fire away. Oh, hold on a minute now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that's not how we get off the line here, my friends. What the heck happened here? Well, okay, I'm going to be honest with you right there. I'm not sure who decided to put the brakes on instead of gassing it, but somebody brake checked down there. I'm almost guaranteeing it, because I saw everybody stop and then go literally right as that happened. We're taking a look at that one. That was not how you get off the line and get off the start. Let's take a look from our chopper cam here. That may have been a wild little start. Here's what we're looking at. Watch up front. Well, okay, there you go right there. Josh Patterson did not go. Ryman Castle went. Patterson did not go off the line. That's where everyone got squared away there and out of trouble here. That was not how the start was supposed to go. I think what Ryman was up to was to try to get a jump on him so he can get to the bottom, but he ends up overshooting it and overclocking it because the Patterson must go. He did not. You can see he didn't go. And everyone else behind saw Ryman go, and then everything else just went right to the, right into the dirt. Well, I'm not going to be the caller on that one, but I will say you guys can be the judge for that on yourself. Somebody's already judging that. Stop and Go penalty show saying 0-2 brake check the whole field, LOL. Okay, I'll agree with that one. He did there. Let's be honest with ourselves. That was a blatant brake check, if you will, but I think at the same time, he was making Ryman Castle think about that a little bit. I don't know for sure when they were supposed to go. I believe it starts whenever the leader wants to go. So if that is the case, Patterson really kind of manipulated Castle, and everyone else behind him was watching Castle more than they were watching Patterson. And again, as a driver, I understand why they were doing that. You have to go as hard as you can with these things because those hold shots and those slingshot passes come off the starts because that's where it was building momentum back. Sometimes you just have to do it. Unfortunately for Race Bible, as well as Quinn Haley and the 9 of Ryan Martin, everyone else got squared out and in trouble there. That was a bad start, to say the least, and a tough break out of the gate. But again, they are going to have to get squared away. They're going to have to start watching this a bit. I know Castle right now is probably thinking to himself, boy, I got myself into a little bit of a heated situation there, didn't I? Little cleanup job on that 0-5. Blake Kennedy and the 54 still damaged up badly here. He will not come back to the track. It looks like the 1, trying to get a number on that one, of Ryan Dyer here in the Camping World. I will say right now, if it wasn't kind of obvious, sometimes I cannot tell who is who on this track because Dyer has the 83 as a sim stamp, but he's obviously driving the number 1. So that's one of the struggles of being a broadcaster. You got to figure out who's who and who's where sometimes. Well, there's a bit of a debate going on in the comments section. You guys can feel free to judge that one. I'm just going to say right now the 0-2 did not go off the line. The 1 of Ryan McCastle went a little bit, maybe too early in the 0-2's mind. So that's how I'm going to see it. That's how I'm going to play it out on the broadcast. And you guys can discuss it in the comments section if you'd like. But right now, we need to get this one finished up. The fight for Ukraine 75 is not done yet. We need to get those 18 laps in here. I guarantee you everybody is literally watching that gas pedal a little bit closer now. If I was Castle, here's what I would try to do. I'd stay as close as I can to Patterson. Wait for him to slap the throttle down. If he doesn't go this time, then he knows it wasn't his end. Watch carefully. Castle, he's doing it again. Patterson, once again. He did it again. He did it again, and it's going to cause some troubles down there already. Oh, and Patterson this time, though, gets sent in the front straightaway. This time, he doesn't get away with it. Oh, my. And Patterson may have played the game a little too long on hold shots. Ouch, ouch, and ouch. And this could get ugly. Oh boy. Oh, wait just a minute. There is some. Wait just a minute, guys. Easy down there. Well, there. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on just a minute. What the heck? What? Guys, I would not be trying to damage these cars around. This is just blatant disrespect here. You gotta control the self here. We need to get peace down here, guys. Let's get this squared away. Let's just show you what happened. You guys be the judge again, but I already know what I'm going to say, so you guys can feel free to talk about this one. Let's just look at this again. Ryman Cat, oh my! Ryman literally just took the 0-2 straight past the Shadow Realm. That is a blatant shot and a big move there. That's where Collins. That's where Collins went after him. This is what happened between him and Ryan McCastle after the initial shot. We'll take another look at it from Castle's end in a minute, but this was just blatant disrespect there. And I think Castle was not too thrilled. Collins parks it right at the 1. He did not like what he did there. And Castle, well, wasn't having it. That's just blatant disrespectful there. That's not something you should ever be doing. I don't care if it's iRacing. I do not care if it's IRL. You never disrespect the motorsports world or disrespect your cars. These things are thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment we're running on and using. You never disrespect something like that or ever do something in this situation. Very blatant, to say the least. Let's just look at everything here. Without a doubt. I mean, you guys can be the judge on this. I'm not going to judge anyone on this one. But I'm just going to say what happened right now with these drivers, everybody, in my opinion, needs to literally get their heads up and start figuring things out. That is blatant just wrong and just absolutely cruel to be doing any kind of way. I'm sorry if I seem a little heated, but as a driver and as a broadcaster, this is ridiculous. Here's the onboard. And look, honestly, I'm not sure on this one. We'll take a look. We'll see if maybe the one actually did spin the tires a little bit. It looked like actually Patterson might have actually tried to get the car to go in. Might actually try to get it to get a runoff on the start. Oh, right there. You saw it right there, actually. Yeah. So, technically, really, Patterson was the one that started that to begin with. Castle didn't even try to turn it at him. That's why I told you guys I wasn't going to say nothing until we saw the full footage. So actually, Patterson spun the tires off the line, got everyone turned straight right at it. The frustrations definitely were there, though. Everyone was putting bumpers together. We know that much, but I mean, the thing is, we still need to finish this race, guys. Thank you, stop and go penalty show. Alright, let's get this race going. Here we go, green flag back on out. Let's get this finished, boys. Come on. Again, I do apologize, guys, if I got a little too heated. Like I said, as a driver and as a broadcaster, I'm not going to hold my words back. I will say what is on the mind and how I feel about this stuff sometimes if it gets like this. If it gets me in trouble, so be it. I will stand by my words, but I do apologize to those that want to see a respectful call and a respectful action. I'm going to do my best. We're going to give it everything we got, but I will not hold my words back if things like that happen. That is not what we want in this community. We know better, and we are better than that. 13 laps remain. Timmy Spats right now in the number 54 looking to try to get out there. Jimmy Gawker in the number 2. And caution flag is out here. Ethan Harrison got problems in the 77. As Calisonic 77 comes to a dead stop here, unfortunately, down looks like in turn number 2. And I think Ryman Castle was told something else here. Okay, we're going to take a look at this before I go take a look at that 77. Alright, well that's where it happened at, but this was what I want to show you. This is what got us the one to get disqualified. I guess he decided he wanted to try to take a swipe at the 0-2 there. Well, let's take a look at it from one more angle here. This was the initial contact here, entering in the turn. Ryman loses it in the turn, and the 77. Whoa, whoa. Okay, I'm not sure if the 77 had happened there. Well, I'll give credit to 0-2. At least Patterson can hold the line down when he was trying to get wrecked out. I think this time he was aware of it, but what the heck happened to the 77? I don't know if he drove that thing in deep and he was trying to get a run on him or what happened there. He is quite a few laps down, so I'm not really sure what the circumstances was here. Take a listen to that throttle rhythm. Ooh. Yeah, alright, I'm not gonna lie. There was absolutely no brake there. That's not, yeah. There was no brake there. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, folks. I'm not sure on that call. That's a big mistake there. You guys be the judge. I'm not even gonna say anything on that anymore. I think I've made my piece known. Stop and go penalty. So saying good, don't they watch you later and it helps. I'm glad I'm somewhat of assistance here. And I'm pretty sure he's talking about me not holding my words back, so. That's one thing I do like with the Fox and NBC, when they broadcast and they get actual drivers out there, they aren't afraid to hold their words back and frankly just get on these guys because they know them. It's like I know a lot of these drivers too, and I know a lot of folks I've raced with. I've raced with these guys and gals. I've raced with them. I know they can drive well, and I know they can do an incredible show and put up a great performance. And obviously, I would not get heated or get kind of that spot here if it weren't for the fact, you know, that I know them very well and they can get this going as much as anything. I get some of them are rookies. I get some of them struggle. We all struggle. We have these racing backgrounds. We have worlds of racing behind us. The main thing is always keep yourself clean and keep yourself under control. You don't want to put yourself into a bad spot whatsoever. You don't want to make this into what really we're seeing right now, which is just trouble. There's nothing else to it. It's just trouble. So, the pace truck's lights are turned off. They are going single file here. We're going to get this one in one way or another. This race will be concluded. We have 8 laps to go. All these guys and gals are way better than this. Just need discipline. Stop and go penalty show says that. Keystone Corner is saying there will be some drivers removed after this race here as well, and his PC had crashed. Well, Keystone, hopefully everything's working okay and nothing went too wrong on your end, and hopefully next week we will see some discipline. Of course, I know you guys will be working hard on that. Bring them right around here to the green flag. We're finishing this race here, boys. There is still a good handful of drivers still in this race here, battling for a top spot in a top rung. Scrivano, though, is your race leader. Gawker currently in second with Misfitz in third, trying to hold down the line. Gawker trying to move the chains on in, get up to Scrivano here, but Scrivano with that lead built up, he is currently holding him back by a few minutes here, and 7 laps to go. That could definitely change here. You've seen, though, these next couple laps, he is starting to move the chains and move the field his way. It's pretty much his race to lose if he can get this one dialed up. Race Bible in the 0-way having a little bit of a time here, dealing with Noah Healy and Frank Hughes behind him in the field. Now, Frank Hughes going deep inside, looking for a charge, right at the 0-way to Race Bible, looking to fire it on there. Hughes now trying to make some moves and make some charges here. You saw the 0-8 loose off corner number 4, had it drifted a little bit. Held the line down, though, as we've seen all day long, and 5 to go with the flagman holding up a high 5 in the air. Trying to barrel the momentum, trying to bring the speed to its limit. Noah Healy, though, holding on to that top 6 spot. Jaden Russell in the 42. Really the hard charge tonight. I don't even know if that's just from really everyone else kind of doing their own thing, or if that's just him actually really managing his tire wear and his control, but he's definitely earned that top 5 slot here. Holding his line down, trying to look for one last momentum boost here, but 4 to go here for Roy Scrivano. He's starting to gain a huge lead on Gawker. Gawker knows his goose is getting kind of cooked up here. Tires are fried, car is damaged. How he's even still working that thing and using it is beyond me at this point. Your top 3 will talk with us at the end of this race here, and I think they may have a few things to say about this one when all is said and done. We're going to make sure they were aware, though. We're keeping it PG, so 3 to go here. We're getting near the end. Oh, a little bit of trouble down there for the 2. Gawker loses off corner number 2 and spins it down into the grassy plains. with 2 to go. That is a huge mistake here from Gawker. Scrivano left high and dry on his own. White flag is out for him and Visconti, as well as Timmy Spatz. This has been probably one of our most chaotic, wild days and nights of racing, to say the least. But for Roy Scrivano, the Z-Swift 76 will find himself in the top of the mountain yet again. Checkered flags are out. He wins here at Phoenix. The fight for Ukraine 75 belongs to him. Visconti goes second. Third goes to Timmy Spatz. Unrulingly, what a fight and a battle from all ends of the spectrum. This was a wild, wild, wild race. I don't think there is any other way to show it, just to say it. It may be a little bit of a bittersweet win for him, but I think Scrivano will take it. It was a long, drawn-out, hard battle, serious circumstance and situation for every single one of these drivers to deal with, but I guarantee you Scrivano knows this one definitely not only means a lot to him and his crew and his family and friends, but what this win represents to him is that fighting nature that the Ukrainians have in their land and their world right now. That is certainly something to be proud of, and certainly we hope to see in due time. We're just going to tell you top 5 drivers. We're not even doing top 10. You guys can see everyone on the board. Scrivano, Visconti, Spatz, Russell, Healy. Your top 5 out of this field. The rest of your drivers on your screen. We'll pull up the other 4 drivers here as well here so you can see who is who as we're about to talk with the top 3. And again, I'm going to remind them again. Top 3 will be having it very PG here. They are not going to be saying anything special here on the show. We are not allowing that whatsoever. So we're going to keep that clear right now. If we hear any of that, they will not be put on. So let's keep it real. Let's keep it chill. Let's talk at the top 3 real quick. We're going to start with Timmy Spatz here. He's going to come away here tonight as your 3rd place finisher. Although I'm not sure if we're going to be able to talk with them here. I think they may have been... Oh, no, actually, they will be talking with us here. Well, we're waiting for a call here. See if they will get the top 3, and they may be actually just a little bit busy here. Well, Spatz is saying he is not able to make the call. He is out of here. He's going to get going, so we're going to go ahead and throw the overlay up for him real quick here. But congratulations to the 54 Timmy Spatz here. Great racing, good battling from him. Really, for the most part, keeping it clean, keeping it real, and definitely an all-around battle from this one from start to finish. So a big congratulations to him in his 3rd place finish. Christian Visconti will come away 2nd place, though, out of the field and out of the bunch. We'll see if he is able to make an interview here with us as we bring him on in now. We'll see if he's ready to talk with us. Visconti, if you've got the run here. Nope, I think he's going to just go ahead and not talk with us here. So he's going to get a 2nd place finish here tonight. A big congratulations to him there. So we'll see if Ethan Harrison wants to chat with us here. Or, excuse me, not Ethan Harrison, excuse me, Bryce Scrivano wants to chat with us here. And I believe he's not going to chat with us here. I think he's going to just stay out the call, and I think he's going to kind of leave it be for the night. So I think I'll just give him the old love and support here. Stop and Go Penalty Show, thanks again for everything. Keystone Corner, thank you so much as well. Thank you to Owen Collier as well as Stephanie Patterson coming on board as well tonight. Thank you everybody that came on, or Parks, excuse me, sorry. Stephanie Parks, fiance of Jesse there. Thanks for coming on board here. Thank you everyone that tuned on in MRL as well. Really appreciate you guys coming all down to the show. Well, looks like Royce is actually going to talk with us here real quick, so let's get him on board here. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner for the fight for Ukraine 75 Phoenix Raceway is Royce Scrivano. Scrivano, This was a long, drawn-out fight from the get-go, but for you and your team, you were able to manage the car. You were able to work your hard ends and the hard corners. The tires held up long enough. 75s was certainly definitely a long run for you and your team.
Yeah, you know what? That was an interesting race. It's good to talk to you, Christian. It was a few restarts early, and then we realized we had to pit for fuel, so I stayed out on the first one and had to pit the second time and come through the Hornets nets, but luckily kept the fenders on it and was able to take it home.
You were able to keep it going, keep it through the momentum through this field, and I'm going to ask you this too, man. I mean, there were a few times, separating everything else out that you probably already kind of know of and the fans have already heard my voice on, but let's just talk about this for a second. You had a little bit of a fight going on down through turns 3 and 4, battling for that lead with, I believe it was Visconti, you yourself, Spats, as well as a few other guys in there like Patterson and them. What was it like for you when you started getting a little bit of those hard charges, just trying to make it through and bumping and banging for that race lead?
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I think the farther up the field you got, the harder it was to make passes, but it made for good racing, and it probably made for a good spectacle for yourself, the fans. I just wish we had had more of that, but, unfortunately, given the nature of how tight this field is and the fixed setups, I think you're going to naturally have some yellows, but I'm glad we were able to have some green flag racing and raise some money for Ukraine.
Certainly indeed. This was a very big ticket price and ticket area here, and it's definitely going to be nice to know that the Ukrainians are going to have a lot of help and a lot of love and see the fighting spirit you brought to the table here tonight, Royce. With that in mind, you are the Fight for Ukraine 75 race winner. Who do you want to thank for this?
Yeah, firstly, I want to thank you, Christian, in the booth in PTM Racing TV. It's exciting to be able to watch these races back and see how we did. I want to thank my parents for getting me involved in racing and my wife who lets me race on Wednesdays. I want to thank my teammates, David and Jerry, who aren't in the league, but we're always chit-chatting about NASCAR and stuff like that. And want to thank our sponsors for the league for keeping this going and donating to a great cause. And we wish those overseas, God bless.
God bless them all. God bless everyone that is fighting down there and taking care of themselves as much as they are their families. Royce, you've done it here today. Congratulations, sir.
Awesome. Thanks, Christian. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner here tonight, the 76, Royce Garavano. Race fans, I really have nothing else to say other than thank you so much for the support and everything. And thank you for, again, just being there with us, even through the hard times and the hard racing. It does mean a lot to us. So we want to thank again to Ryan Dyer YouTube channel for supporting this show and sponsoring tonight's action. Again, guys, give him a like, give him a look, give him a subscribe if you will. So, tell him PTM Race TV sent you on their way there, and thank you so much for the support. To you all you fans out there, from the bottom of our hearts here at PTM Race TV, God bless you all. Thank you. To our fellow Ukrainians down there, stay safe, fight through. We'll all make it through this one eventually. For now, thank you for tuning in.